In this video, they say, given table of values of a function, find values of the inverse function. Given the following tables for the function f of x, you can see this is x and f of x here. Determine f inverse of -1. Well, we know the domain and range switch for the inverse function. So we could actually write our own table that says x and f inverse of x. And here's what would change. If the domain and range switch, then whatever the output is for the original function, that would be the input for the inverse function. So I can write those down. And then whatever the input was for the original, that would be the output for the inverse function. So when I look at f inverse of -1, which would be right here, the output of that would be a 3. So f inverse of -1 is 3. If I want to know the f inverse of -10, I could look right here, and that would be -6. If I wanted the f inverse of, let's see, f inverse of 5, I'd get 7. And I could have just looked at this table itself and figured this out. So when it said f inverse of -1, I could have just went to the output of the original function, -1, and it went backwards to get the 3. That's what I got right there. I could have just said for f inverse of -10, go to the output here, look back, it's -7. F inverse of 5, right here, look back, it's 7. But I kind of like rewriting and just switching the domain and range. It makes it a little easier to find those.